What if there is an opening that can give the win to black after the first move d4? How you are going to play actually? This d4 move is very solid, and the white player after this move, he would like to squeeze you, to take something, to play something very slowly. They would like to control the game. So what you need in order to win with the black pieces and destroy this d4 move, you need something aggressive, right? You need to do it. And in this video I'm going to show you a universal opening that you can play against anything, and you can learn it very easily without theory. So easy. Without further ado, let's dive in. After the first move d4, we can play the move f5, for example. I don't really suggest this move, the Dutch defense, but I'm going to show you the setup, what black would like to achieve. After this, for example, this is one of the most popular moves. We can play something like that, and after this we can develop the bishop here. Very important. Put the bishop there, try to pin the knight and maybe capture that knight at the right moment. Now he can play something like this, developing the knight, controlling that square on e4. He can play something like this, b6, because we cannot develop the bishop here, so we can develop the bishop from the other diagonal, eyeballing the king side and g2 pawn specifically. He can play something like that, and here and there, castling. He can castle, and now we can just grab the knight, install the knight on e4 square, very solid knight here, a very solid outpost, and we have ideas like this one, or the queen can go there, and you can create this very nice and aggressive setup here with black, with the opportunity to play for the win with the black pieces. After the first move d4, actually, we have little problems if we play immediately the move f5. I never played it very seriously in any tournament, actually, this Dutch defense. I use it in some blitz games or something, but here it's something that weakens immediately, and this is this diagonal here. This diagonal has some problems, and he needs to be very careful, because white has a lot of different gambits like e4, g4, or try to delay a little bit. For example, play something like this, and if you try to stop, he can play this in any case, and after that he can take, you can take, but he can play queen d3, threatening that pawn here. And if you go there and you believe that I'm protecting that pawn, right, I'm protecting this one, but he can play boom, taking, and after this he can deliver a very nice checkmate. For that reason we need something else in order to start the game. What is this? How can I start the game? So in order to start the game and fight against e4, I don't suggest you to play this committal move f5 immediately. You should do something else, and you need to play something else. For example, this move b6. The idea is similar. Try to develop first of all the bishop, not commit it too much with this f5 move, and you're going to do it later. You have other ideas actually on how to do it. Yeah, you should not do it immediately with the move b6, but you can play another move, and this move is e6. I saw this very recently, actually. A lot of players playing this, inviting white to play the French defense. We can play this with black pieces, but usually when players play the move d4, he don't like to face e6 with e4. He's not ready to transpose to this defense actually. But after this, actually, e6, and if you play something like this, then many players play this move f5 immediately, and now you are a little more prepared actually because you played this. Many people do that, but I suggest you b6 as well. And after this move, for example, we can play bishop here. He can play something like this, we can play e6, and you see black don't commit it too much himself with this f5 move, and he is ready to play f5 at the right moment. But before doing this karate stuff, he would like to develop a little bit his pieces, and this is a very nice hybrid between the Dutch defense and Nimzo-Indian and Owen system, all of this together. We are trying to do the Nimzo-Indian setup in advanced mode actually. This is what we are going to do, and we are delaying a little bit to develop this knight here. It's not harmful. And now let's see, actually here it's very important to see the Lichess database. And according to Lichess database, you can see that we have two main moves. One of them is the move e4, and the other one is the move knight f3. these are the two main moves actually that white is going to play, right? He's going to play two of these moves. The first one, let's see the harmless actually. Let's play something like this. Knight f3. I'm going to develop my pieces. Why not? And the problem is that black is trying to cheat here. How he's going to cheat? He's going to play this move, and after now you cannot play e4 actually, because we can take this one, right? The knight is pinned. So we need to do something else, and after this, for example, we can play the move f5, controlling that square on e4. And after this move, we can play knight there. And this is very similar to Nimzo-Indian and Queen's-Indian defense, but the difference is that black is some tempi up, because usually the Nimzo-Indian defense is like this, but now we cheat him. The pawn is already there, and we're ready to attack the king side. He didn't do something, and people don't know what exactly to do there, and we can cheat them like this. He can play something like that, we can castle, he can castle, and when I start the video, I just show you to capture there immediately, but there is no need to capture there. We are waiting him to play the move a3. And if you just take a breath and look what white is going to do here, it's not very easy to suggest a plan or something. He's going to play a3 sooner or later, try to take more space on the queen side. And after this, we are trying to develop our knight. This knight here don't like to develop on c6 because we are blocking the bishop, so we would like to develop on d7 and then maybe to control that. And we're waiting him to play a3 because now he lost the tempo. He's attacking our bishop. Why to capture immediately? And now we can take, he can take, we can play this one, and we have our favorite setup. Maybe he's going to afraid that we're going to double the pawns, but of course this is not a real threat actually. It's an illusion there, because we are never try to capture this bishop. The knight worth more here. But players, white players may be afraid and play something like this. We can develop, and now he's trying to, very important moment in chess actually, because he would like to fix one problem. He already had not good position, it's not good for white this position, and he's trying to fix one problem, but he's creating another one. He's trying to eliminate this strong knight on e4, but he's leaving his king unprotected, and we can play this move, queen to g5. Already we are threatening, and we're threatening to capture this knight. Capture this knight for free, because we have the queen and bishop here, and if we remove this knight, we're going to checkmate him. So we're threatening something there. And again, white player is trying to play witty moves, to do something, and he can play something like f3, try to close the diagonal and kick the knight away, but already he blunders something. And after this, he can play there. Now it's a question for you. How are you going to win? Pause the video. Unpause, and here we have the winning move. It's not actually knight to f2, because maybe he can sacrifice the exchange, but the winning move is this. Check, he has to take, and now the rook lift or Kasparov rook, and after this 42 attacking principles. We are threatening the king, and this is a checkmate. The next very popular move is to play something like e4. Why to play e4? Because he's trying to stop this move, try to control the center, and try to play active game. I'm going to create a course right now. I'm creating a course right now for King's Indian defense. Different system when we fiancé to the bishop there actually, and this is a hyper modern system like this one. What is the idea? Inviting white to take a lot of space, and after that we are counter-attacking his pieces. And if white don't know what to do specifically, he should know exactly what he's doing, because if he don't know, if he missed the chance actually, the train, then it will be problematic for him. Now we can play something like this. Already black has some compensation. We are threatening now the pawn on e4 because the knight is pinned. So he can play something like, for example, here we can take the pawn. He has to play something like this, and now it's a very critical moment, because if we don't do anything at all now, and if we just wait here and do nothing, he can develop his pieces. For example, he can play the Zemis setup, something like this. Maybe they're overprotecting everything, and we will have a problem. However, now he's undeveloped, and we can do something. We can strike, boom, f5, unexpected. And the idea is that you just move this bishop, but this g2 pawn is unprotected. And if you just take, we can take it. and suddenly it's, wow, the rook is hanging. Maybe now if he plays something like this to protect the rook and attack our rook, we can take it because the knight is pinned. So he can try something else, for example this one, but we can play this, and now if he goes there, we can go to the end game. Even Tal can win with a piece up in the end games. He used to say that we're going to take his rook. So it's very nice idea to exchange queens, and obviously players are going to play something like this to keep the pieces on the board, try to attack in any case. But after this, the killing move, this move is not winning material because you can play queen e2, but if we just exchange queens, then we can take our rook there on h1, and the game is winning for black. So here he can try something like this, and now be careful. Be careful, because he's playing, he's there, he's creating threats as well. Don't capture the rook immediately. Resist the temptation. It's dangerous. This move is very, very dangerous. So we need first of all to take this, and then he don't have any threat there. We can develop, he don't have any threat there. We can develop the knight, for example, and we're threatening the rook, and we are winning. Let's go further and deeper in this variation. Actually, he's trying not to capture on f5, because if he just captures here on f5 now, he is losing. Why he is losing? I saw this in Owen's defense or Greek defense, Greek strategy to play the move b6 and g6, try to surround the enemy, actually, something like this. But sometimes we play this move f5. This tactical motif is very known, well known, but we have a difference here. We already played the bishop on b4, so we free that square on g8, on f8, and in any of these checks we can go there. We can go on f8. This is very different actually, and don't mix the lines. Don't mix the lines. First of all, play this one and then play f5. And here he can play something like this. The Zem is set up, try to play to protect the center, and here we have a crossroad actually. We can choose one to play, and the first option that I'm going to show you is winning a lot of games, because to the battle, to the heat of the battle, actually he cannot really think and play correctly, and he can lose the game. How this is going to happen? Look at that, look at that. We can take first one. What to do? He's going to take with the pawn. Now take again. What to do? To take again. Now we're taking, and now it's in shocked actually, because we have two strikes in a row. Capture, capture, capture. And he's going to capture the bishop. This looks the most natural move. And again, I told you, he's going to fall into that trap because it looked like that he's winning. He just won a piece and he's threatening the rook. However, it's not like that. It's an illusion, because we can give this check on h4, and after this we can give this double attack, attacking the king and rook. So he is losing. This is not very good continuation for black actually to capture here on e4, because he has a very deadly move here, and he need to find this one, and not only one move, he need to find two moves actually. Maybe he's going to foresee the first one, but maybe he's not going to see the second one. For this reason, this could win a lot of games. And the move here is this, because he's stopping our queen there, but the problem is that we are threatening the queen, and for that reason he should see this move and this move on e5. Now he's attacking the rook here, and we don't have time just to capture his own bishop actually, and here white is winning. So we need to be a little more careful, but this trap actually can win a lot of games. You can tell me what scores more on your games, and let's see now the second option. Here we just talk to capture, capture, capture everything. He's going to make a mistake. You're going to tell me if this variation works better for you or not, which of them. But here, if you play, for example, with the same opponent, or he's very good prepared actually, you can try something else. What else? To develop your pieces. And here you are attacking the pawn. Now I'm not going to show you the first move, but many players are going to do this, because players are playing very nervously. They try to do something at any moment. And in chess actually, Michael Tal understood this when he trained with Karpov. At some moment we need to play something boring, developing the pieces. This is the good move and we're going to see about that. But many players are not going to play this good move, they are going to attack. I'm going to attack your knight. I'm threatening something. But in reality, he is destroying his position because we can play knight to e5. And suddenly, all of this tension here with the bishop, with the knight, with the queen coming here, it's in black's favor. And white is undeveloped. He cannot just stretch their pawns to push forward anytime. Pushing forward the pawns means commitment, like taking a loan. It's not easy to go forward without development actually, and it will be a boomerang in this white strategy, this one. You should not play nervously. For example, he can play something like that now and we can win. For example, this one, check. And he can lose very easily. After this we can pin the knight, put more pieces, capture the knight. So he has to do something else. For example, he can play this one and now he will be happy because he's threatening the queen, right? We need to go back. But you need to be there and you need to understand the Zivan Zouk in between move, very important move. Players below 1500 don't understand this one, this move very easily. How to do it? Boom, capturing there. Try to look further actually. Calculate your opponent moves. We're threatening the king. What to do? Maybe here. And now you need to know some moves actually in this variation, 2-3 moves, 2-3 key moves, and you're going to learn them there. Be careful. See the video many times in order to understand these moves. Now we have a critical move. We should not go something like this because we have threats like knight f4 and we will be under trouble, but we have these very strong moves and now we are creating a very strong attack. For example, if he just take, we can take. Threatening the king. What he can do, for example, if he just take here, now we have a very difficult move that you need to know. The first one was queen f7, queen f6, and now we would like to create a check there, but the queen is on that square, so we need to play this calm move, very difficult, protecting some squares, and the next move is this one. So he has to play something like this. It is the only move. Bishop b1 is the only move to stay in the game. Black is already better, and after this move we can give this check, and after this we can take. What you're going to do now? You cannot find easily the second move, and for example, if you just take there, it's wrong. You're losing because we have this check, and after that we have this check, and there we have a checkmate. So black is winning. It's very easy to go wrong. And for example, if he afraid actually to capture everything, maybe after this he's going on g2, going backward and say, okay, you can take here, I can take with the queen, everything looks okay, but again you are there in between move, Zivan Zouk. Don't capture immediately, first of all go there. Where are you going to play with the white pieces? Your turn. Back and forth. On h3 it's very scary, right? But on h3 is the only square that you need to go and stay in the game. And now you can take there. Black is already better, they are better, but many players are going to play something like this, losing again. Why we have this, and after that we can take it and checkmate. Do you remember the first option? The first option is to take and take and take on e4. But now I'm going to show you the second option, and the second option is this one, knight f6. And of course, more advanced players, they're not going to play this nervous move d5, they're going to play more solid move, they're going to play something like this. What to do now? I'm going to show you. You can take, he can take, and now the check. Because he has some problems in this king, and he's going to play, if he goes here actually, he's dropping this pawn. So this knight is committed to the defense. It should stay on e2, and we try to do something right now before white make everything correctly to castle and develop his pieces. And he's going to play something like this, but after this move he's creating a lot of squares around his king actually, and this is weakening his king before castling. Why he did that before? Because he would like to have the perfect center. Yes, you have it, but you don't have time to protect your perfect center. And now after this move it looked like that we pin the queen, and now it's very nice actually, because after this move the stockfish, a stock fix program here suggesting the move king d2. Black is not winning after king d2, white is not winning, but you are very likely very close to win actually, because you have easier move to find. It's very easy for black to play moves, but it's very difficult for white to find concrete moves here. This is the problem actually, and for that reason you need to do something about that. You need to fight harder actually with the white pieces. It's very easy for black, and for that reason you are going to win a lot of games after king d2. But the game could continue. But after castling now, it's very easy to lose the game because we have a lot of tricks here. We have this one. Now we're threatening to go there. You see, very easy stuff. Going on g4, threatening this one. The white position looks almost collapsing, something like this. So he has some options here. I analyze some options for you. The first one is d5, this nervous move again, but it's not bad for black. It's good for black because we will have this square, and now we have another knight to the attack, putting more pressure here. Maybe he can go there. We have very nice position. Another idea is that he can play knight f4, attacking the queen, for example. But now we can take, and we are a pawn up, and with a very good position for black. It's fantastic position. I love to play with these positions actually. We are a pawn up and almost winning. But the most challenging looking move is the move e5, and white is going to destroy you, right? It's e5, you need to go back, and if you go back in these positions, it's very difficult to continue the game. And here we have a shocking move because we have extremely active pieces, extremely active, but he didn't develop yet his pieces, and he has a lot of weaknesses. Very strong move, and the strong move is knight takes there. He has to take, it was a piece, sacrifice, but now we have this check, and suddenly these snipers there attacking the king, the one, and the other one controlling some squares. We have the queen close, the knight close, and it's very difficult for him. Actually, it's impossible to do something. He can play something like this, and now we have this move, threatening the rook. He can play something like this, and you can deliver this amazing checkmate on g2. Really cool, huh? Really cool. This is a very nice system actually that you can use, you can play, and you can win a lot of games. I'm expecting from you to tell me which of these two options was the better, knight to c6 or taking on e4 immediately. We talk about that, and of course don't forget that you can subscribe on my website for free. I have a lot of free videos there for you. Very nice to see, and talk to you soon. So, why you should become a member? This is an amazing opportunity to you to support the channel and gain access to exclusive perks. Well, it's not just about supporting the channel, it's about becoming part of the exclusive community. You'll be helping me to continue creating the content you love, and in return you get some fantastic benefits. We have 3 membership levels, tolerated fit everyone needs: the gold, the diamond, and the platinum. Join as a member is a great way to interact with me directly. You will get loyalty badges next to your name in comments, access to custom emojis, and special discounts. I prioritize replies to members. Access exclusive videos available only for members to enhance your chess skills. The time to improve is now. On the platinum membership plan, you will get a chess course for free. So what you are waiting for? Click the join button to become a member today. Let's take this journey together to the next level and unlock these amazing perks.